Howdy folks, today is Wednesday, and we've got our MTGO weekly event over on the Value Vintage Discord server. Since it's April Fool's Day today, some of us decided to play some less than competitive builds, and that means I'm going to be jamming some cats today. So this is supposed to be like a taxi, soul sistery aggro deck that takes advantage of basically everything that cats are all about. There's three different strategies present, so I guess we'll cover those one at a time. First, we have the life gain part, focusing on Ajani's Pride Mate. That's backed up by a bunch of these, like, 1 mana life gain effects, the Lunarch Veteran, and Case of the Uneaten Feast, which should supply me with, like, a ton of life and buy a couple additional turns over time. I also found this synergy recently with Cat Collector, and how this card is basically the same as Ocelot Pride if you like squint. Considering that that's like one of the best things to be doing in both Modern and Legacy right now, I figured it'd be worth a shot to try it here too. So she's gonna give me a bunch of cats to trigger the life gain and make a Johnny huge. Cat Collector and the Soul Sister stuff also kind of bleeds into the other major plan of attack, which is best represented by Sky Knight Squire. We're trying to flood the board with bodies and go super wide. Collector and Erebos from Foundations are the main ways we're going to be doing that today. The third section is like a mana denial taxi effect plan using Leonin Arbiter and White Orchid Phantom. This isn't a cat, but in the art it kind of looks like he's riding a cat. So we're just going to play pretend. There's been a huge number of like land-focused decks floating around lately, and some main deck ways to punish all that feels really strong right now. Path to Exile and Volatile Fault also work pretty well with the Arbiter, so maybe we can get some extra value there too. The other cards I've got in here, Personify. This is just to help with the like Soul Sister plan. If you target a cat collector or like an Erebos, you can make a bunch more tokens and maybe save them from like a removal spell, maybe. And then Luris is also a cat, so she can throw. We can throw her in here too. There's some major like resiliency between her and the case, so we'll see how good that is. Sideboard's just like your usual smattering of strong white sideboard stuff. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. Everything should be pretty self-explanatory. Stonebrain, I'm just trying out just to see how good the card is in general. Maybe for like some other decks. But yeah, we're about to launch, so let's get into it. Alrighty, so we are doing our April Fool's event on Wednesday today. I'm playing cats. But also, unironically, I just think this is kind of a good deck. It's got a lot of, like, efficient beaters. And it's just kind of an aggro strategy. I'm not going to keep a one-lander. Because the deck is fairly heavy on twos. This is fine. I think we'll put this back because we are against Flicker Wisp, and they are usually on like a mono black deck. Swamp into Dark Ritual. Into oh, they got the beavers. This is basically like a cat, except it's Canadian. And that's a bat, which rhymes with cat. So they're like on the same plan as me. This is basically a mirror. I have no idea what they're taking here. Probably Path to Exile. Maybe Cat Collector. I don't know. Could be anything. They took the path. That's fine. I will just start with a case. Get that life gain going to negate their beatdown. Inquisition. They'll probably take Luris. I assume they're most afraid of Luris. It's like the scariest card in hand. Cat Collector is like the actual thing to be worried about, but I don't think they're gonna take it. It seems innocuous. Yeah, they took the Luris. Second Beaver. Filling the skies. I didn't check how they... Alright, they scried one to the bottom. I assume they did that last turn too. Okay, well I have a Flying First Strike blocker. It doesn't do anything else. Because we're on like mono basics right now. But it does block all three of these very well. Plus it's like kind of a cat. This is a Richard Kane Ferguson art, but I think this is supposed to be like a guy on a cat. Oh, they killed it. That's a shame. Fortunately, though, we get to Cat Collector, which is pretty good. Get this down first before doing the path. And then the way that this works is you play this, gain a life, trigger this, make a cat, gain another life. So what I'm saying is this is basically the Guide of Souls Ocelot Ocelot Pride combo. It's literally the same thing. They've killed my cat collector, which is very rude. They're also at 29, which is a tremendously high life total. Okay, I will Aegine's Pride Mate. It will become a 3/3. And then I will hold up this Path to Exile, targeting Deep Cavern Bat to get my Path to Exile. Let me do this on their turn. In case you've never played this card, they get a basic, but it comes in tapped, so never do it on your turn. 2 rock. That is protection from my deck. Uh, that's crazy that that's main decked. Sure. And then they attack. I send you away. And then I get the same card back. Although they get a swamp. And then I take 2, I'm at 12. Draw another Plains, which is quite bad for me actually. So we will attack. We'll attack with all. They either get a free cat token or they just take the 1 damage. That's fine. I'll just play a Plains. Having mana is probably better than not having it. And then this can hit their initiative creature or whatever. I will take 2. Evolve Sleeper, that's fine. I will make my Ajani a little bigger. Gain 3. I don't have any 4s in the deck. If I get Luris, 1, 2, 3, I can't double spell anyway, so I'm just going to continue to hold this path up. Another case. That's not super good. Yeah, we'll hold back. No reason to attack the Pride Mate into Turok. They do that. If they do it again, I will path it. Yeah, you can have a land. Because I think their deck works with, like, up to 4 lands, and then any additional are just, like, not super great. Unless you just chain Evolve Sleepers back to back to back. That's fine. I didn't want to win the game anyway. Coming in with the Beeves. I can block nothing. Everything has protection from being blocked. That's a cat collector. We get a little bit of board presence now. Do they get to give this death touch? Yeah, I get to give that death touch, which means that Johnny's Pride Mate isn't as good as I thought it was going to be. I mean, sure, it's like a 10-10, but I think we'll just trade it. They could also just take 7 here, because they're at 27. But now their card draw engine is online, which I'm not super in love with. Yeah, they just draw 2 cards, make that a 5/5. Like, it gets blocked by a cat, but they drew 2 cards, which is, like, the actual big thing. I cannot block your beavers. Man, you know what's really good when you don't have any cards in hand is the third case of the Uneaten Feast. I will attack. Block. That's fine. I mean, nothing was gonna, like, happen there anyway. I have to do this on my turn, because this only triggers on my turn. I guess I am up to 17, and I've solved my cases now, so I get to, like, I only have 4 mana. I get to play Luris, and then the following turn out of the White Orchid. They have a second Evolved Sleeper. Draw a card. I assume they're going to invest in this one a little bit with the remaining 3 mana. Personify. I mean, that gains me a ton of life. Or I could trade a case of the Uneaten Feast for a cat collector. Which honestly might be a better idea. Because then the following turn we get to bounce a cat collector. And we just go like super duper wide. I'll attack with a Johnny first. Like, they're not going to trade with it. But I also have to attack with it every turn. Yeah, I think I'm going to trade this for a cat collector. So we play that. Make a bunch of dudes. Gain a bunch of life. Yeah, this isn't actually a problem because I just have so many chump blockers for it, and also I'm at 21 now. So they're gonna need to start, like, seriously dumping mana into this guy to draw cards. Oh, that sucks. I really wanted that Personify. Darkstar Augur is going to start killing them, which I'm a fan of. They attack for 2. I'll go to 19, that's fine. I have no fear. We draw Sky Knight Squire. That's also going to get really big. Yeah, there's a lot of clicking, like, my triggers in this deck. I'm just gonna sit back, because I don't really need to do anything. This is a lethal threat on its own. It is a 24/24. So they always have to keep this 2-rock up. And then eventually they're just going to die to their own Darkstar Augur. Yeah, they take 4, get him to 2-rock Caustic Bronco, both of which are not very good right now. I'm just gonna sit on this food token just in case I don't draw a way to put a creature in play next turn. Deep Cavern Bat does nothing. Love that for me. Caustic Bronco, sure. They're also going very wide. They are certainly devoted to attacking with these Dream Beavers. Oh, they want to trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will go to 20, that's fine. I can gain 5 life more than you can attack me for 5. Ooh, Arrowbow makes everything a 2/2. That might actually just be lethal here. That fucking rips, actually. Okay, so do this. Trigger, 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 trigger. It's gonna be quite the stack. I would not want to play this deck in paper. So now all my cats are 2/2s. I have 7 cats, they have 6 blockers. Do I just, like, die on the crackback, though? No, I will attack with this, just because it's a Punish them by, or punish them for attacking with all of their flyers. So they have to block the Deep Cavern Bat and lose a blocker. And I'm fine just continuing building the board as we have been. They get another 2-rock. Because I'm super outpacing them now. Victim of Night, kill Erebos. That's kind of bad. Oh, my guys are back to 1/1s. I don't think we had a kill there. Like, even if we did attack with everything, we would have needed these 3 guys to assist. Oh, they're going into attack mode now. I will take 5 and block your big boy. My turn. Target attacking or blocking? Hmm. That might be a surprise tool that helps us later. They're not just dead because they can block with Darkstar Augurs up in the air. So I think I am still like on the kill them with their own augur plan. Okay, they have 5 blockers. So what happens if I do attack with everyone? They block here, they block here, block here, block here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That looks like lethal to me. And that was a very bad time to get a Discord message and look away from my computer. It's fine. I don't think we can actually lose here. Dark Ritual Swamp, they only take 1. They do have 6 cards in hand, which is like several. Yeah, that's fine. You can take my Razor Grass Ambush. I am not afraid. Okay, and they scoop it up. Alright, so what do we have for mono black? Pithing Needle kills Evolve Sleeper. Rest in Peace doesn't do anything. Seal of Cleansing doesn't do anything. Damping Sphere doesn't do anything. Stonebrain takes 2-rock, which I guess is okay. They're not going to search for library for anything, so like these Leonin Arbiters are like super worthless. So is White Orchid Phantom. I'll get rid of the White Orchids. Bring in Pithing Needle. Stonebrain gets rid of 2 Arbiters? Yeah, but then I have Stonebrain in my deck. They did feel the need to kill this. This was like a pretty good blocker, actually. I will just trade 2 Leonin Arbiter for 2 Pithing Needle. And we'll do it like that. Okay, 3 lands, some 2-drop for Luris, Arabo. I imagine that we will be seeing significantly less of this hand after they go first, but this is a pretty good one, so we will keep it. Okay, just Dreamweavers, so we do get our case at least. And then eventually, someday, maybe, there's a cat collector in my future. Deep Cavern's fine. We'll get it back eventually, whatever they take. Probably Skyknight Squire, because it's like the only on-curve thing I have. And then the rest is just 3-drop Haymakers. Which is wild to say that Cat Collector is a Haymaker, but like, we saw what he did last game. Can't beat that. Yeah, they take the 2-drop, which is certainly the most sensible thing to be doing. I would rather have white and discard a volatile fault to a hymn to 2 rock than the other way around. They attack, we go to 16, and then who knows what they have in hand. Evolve Sleeper, that's fine. Evolve Sleeper. You can have your 2-mana 2/2. I will start making cats. Back up to 18. I wonder if they're still playing the initiative cards. Alright, there's a 2-rock. Hopefully it doesn't take both of the non-lands. It took the good one, which is a shame. But it did also take our bad land. So it isn't all terrible news. Okay, this turn, I think I just play Luris. Or, no, they don't know about Luris yet, do they? No, they do, from the Deep Cavern bet. So the thought is I play White Orchid Phantom and crack the food on, like, their turn or whatever. And then when this dies, I can Luris it back. But since they know about the Luris, I don't think that's, like, the best play. So, I mean, what are we doing with the Luris anyway? If not, right? Like, we'll just play White Orchid. And then do nothing, because we are still building. We'll probably be building for the next 700 turns. Ooh, the Inquisition Luris. I guess the other play was correct. Did they attack with the bat? No! Oh, they do! They forgot it has flying. Based. Love that for me. Because now I get a Sky Knight. Oh, second cat collector is really good. But I think we need Sky Knight more than we need second cat collector right now. Yeah, no attacks yet. We're not in the attacking stages. So hopefully they don't have another discard spell to get rid of this cat collector. Okay. Level up. Filigree Silex to what, get rid of my tokens? I feel like I have a pretty varied spread of um, mana values across my cards. I'll correct my food now, just because I'm going to get another one. Lunarch Veteran. I love that. Okay, so we gain just an Oodle of Life. I definitely sequenced this incorrectly because this doesn't trigger and give us a cat now, but it's fine. I'm not like that down bad for stuff. Ooh, I've solved my case. That means, well, I'm not going to trade case yet. I need to wait until I get a second one. Or like a third Soul Sister, I guess. Ooh, okay. So if we draw a land, actually, trading the case for Erebos plus Sky Knight does seem a little bit more appealing. Okay. Lunarch. Sure. We're in crazy cat mode now. Um, I can also put Erebos into play and just get like really scary. What are we doing here? So with Arabo, we they're just gonna crack the filigree. And we don't actually have any other cats that it will make bigger. So I don't think we're gonna trade this yet. Plus this is another source of life gain, so like it's really negating the 5 damage a turn I'm taking from Turok. I probably should have attacked with my flyer there. Because like we are both at 11 minutes. The attack, I go to 15. I will make that back next turn. I won't crack the food, just in case I don't crack. Ooh, okay, there's Erebos. Um, so now I think it's just time to go loco with Erebos. All these cats are going away, like, for certain. But them cracking this is better than not doing that. Because then I don't have to worry about it anymore. Power word kill Erebos. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm at 27. I am going to start attacking. Try and incentivize them to pop the filigree. Yeah. And I'm perfectly okay with that as well. This is probably going to attack, but like that's fine. I'm at 27. They are drawing a lot of cards over there. They've drawn 3 cards this turn. So if they attack with this Evolve Sleeper, I'm going to block with Lunarch Veteran. Okay, they did not. They're just kind of keeping me locked down with it the same way I keep them locked down. Land? No, Pet Exile. That's okay. So we can trade Feast for Erebos. I don't hate that. Or we could trade Feast for Luris. I think Erebos is better. No, if we trade Feast for Luris, we get Feast back. And then this Pet Exile can, like, rot in my hand. I can't believe I didn't think of that sooner. Trigger, 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 trigger. And then case, return to me. We attack. Is this case solved? Did I gain 5 life? Oh my god, I did. That's so broken. They have 10 lands in play. That is so many lands. Yeah, you can have a beaver. Where are we scrying to? Bottom. Is it like Operation Draw 3 cards? It should be looking that way. Man, if I drew one of those pithing needles, that'd be super timely. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I don't think we're going to be losing. Second path, I don't really care about that. I will play a Sky Knight Squire instead. And now I have a big flying threat. I could also get rid of their beavers. I'll probably save that for next turn. Attack with this. Darkstar Augur is fine. Because we're back on the kill them with their own Bob plan. Since we're getting rid of them anyway, did we get rid of the flyers or did we get rid of the big guys? We'll get rid of the big guys. I'll play the second one. And now him to Turok does nothing. They say haha GG. So I assume that means they see that they can no longer win. Yeah, that was a good one. Okay, well, that was slightly better than I expected. We'll go to the next one. Okay, round 2. A&R Wednesday night event with cats. Playing against Watch Wander. The only thing I know about them is that they play High Tide sometimes. This hand is okay. It gets crushed by a combo deck, but that is the risk we're willing to take. I will start with our favorite opening, Soul Sister. They are on High Tide, so I need to kill them very swiftly. Um, Skynight Squire, because next turn I can play Arrowbow and it gets big. Founding the Third Path is some interesting high tide tech. There is no way that Lutri is still legal. That card's like $4. Alright. Okay, so we can Lunarch Veteran plus a Johnny's Pride Mate or Arrowbow this turn. This is more power sooner, so we will play more creatures first. We attack for 3, and then next turn we Arrowbow for like 1,000 damage. If there is a next turn, I don't even know. What is this? So they jumped straight to 4, and now they can. That's fine. You can crank your hog a bit, and I will watch. High Tide, Turnabout, Frantic Search. Discarding 2 Commit to Memories. Consider. Disrupt your own consider, that's crazy. Frantic Search again. I wonder if they have the Mind's Desire. Or if they're digging for it. And into the Floodmaw, there's no way that this deck is legal. Like, I refuse to believe that. Into the Floodmaw is like $4, isn't it? A Treasure Cruise. The Frantic Search X3 now. Discard a bunch of cards. Soul Ring, that's something that you can play in High Tide, I guess. Prismite, sure, why not? Hidden Strings. Memory, that's fine. Well, we have sideboard cards for this matchup. How many of these are islands? Does it denote which? No, it doesn't. Okay, these are just cards in exile. I mean, they got 15 cards off their Mind's Desire, so there's like 0% chance that they fizzle here. But we'll make them do the thing. That's very funny. Door to nothingness, and then Prismite lets him. Yeah, that's that's hilarious. That is their 5th Frantic Search this game. So now they're making a bunch of mana. I think it costs 2 to make 1, but they have enough to make all 10 that they need. Yeah, that's activation. Alright, well, that was funny at least. Begin shardboarding. Both of these are good. These are okay as well. Damping Spheres. We're basically just going to, like, run the table on them with sideboard cards. Because this deck is not one that interacts with combo out of the main deck. Okay, is that all of our... Is Razorgrass Ambush better than Basri? No, this has 2 power. Yeah, we'll just play it like that. And then hope we draw like 5 of these. That should be enough. Piddling Needle naming Thorn and Nothingness in the High Tide matchup is not something that I had like expected to be considering today, but it's definitely something that's happening. Alright, time on the play. It is 2 Rest in Pieces. Not a great clock outside of that. And also I think Rest in Peace is one of the worst sideboard cards that we brought in. So we will throw it away. This is much better because we can Stone Brain plus Clock. Just get rid of a Pride Mate. So they like need to have a turn 2 here. Otherwise, they will not be playing with High Tides. Okay, so I get to take their High Tides. And the game is certainly not over, but we'll just do a sneaky one of these real quick. Yeah, the game is not over. They still have... I guess they can turnabout. It is going to be pretty difficult, though, for them to win. Because High Tide is like their main source of mana. They have 1 Remand, 1 Lutri, 2 Commit to Memories. The idea is Unbound. I wonder what they're going after. I feel like now would be a good time to draw that Rest in Peace. Or Deafening Silence. I will case first and then Deafening Silence, and then we can start playing creatures. So yeah, now I don't know what their, like, plan is. So they cast Dig Through Time, they're just looking for stuff. Frankly, I'm not sure what my plan is if Lutri comes down, because I took out all my removal. A lot of mismatch islands from the All Islands deck. Okay, second Stone Brain. Actually, no, that's dumb. I'm just going to start playing creatures. And, like, try to win the game instead of not doing that. Spellslinger is fine. Soul Ring, that's your 1. So they can, like, commit. Keep Pithing Needle for later. I have a 3/3. What are we doing here? Is this an instant? No, it's sorcery. Yeah, we just need power in play. We've gone down to a 4-turn clock. This is turn 1 of that. I honestly don't think they have anything in their deck at all uh to best this. And like they don't have wishes either. So they don't have access to cool sideboard cards. Alright, 9, they are dead next turn unless they do something right now. Commits, sure. So you have 1 turn to do something. You do have a lot of lands, I guess, so you can turn about a bunch of times. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we'll see what they can do. I mean, they're moving a lot of cards around, that's for sure. And storm count is 7, so like a Mind's Desire can certainly do the thing. Maybe I should have played this Pithing Needle. Or just like a second Deafening Silence, or both. Okay. So they could not get there. They definitely could have, though. So, like, that is very frightening. What did they have in terms of instants and sorceries? No. Artifacts and enchantments. Like, over the Seal of Cleansing. Like, the Seal of Cleansing might be better than Luris. Because this hits Prismite and Door to Nothingness. So maybe we take out Basri, Luris, Arabo for 3 Seal of Cleansing. And we've brought in 15 cards for we've we brought in 15 cards for High Tide. Just Pithing Needle I don't think is good enough to get there. Like the hand's okay, but if I were to have one, I would rather have Damping Sphere, Deafening Silence, or Stone Brain. So we'll mulligan until we get one of those. This is better. I'll just get rid of Volatile Fault or whatever. And then we just hope that they can't turn 2. They cannot. So we will play Damping Sphere. Spell Snare, Spell Pierce? Yeah, that's fine. So maybe they can turn 3. Starting with Preordain, so probably not a turn 3. Ooh. Okay, do we Deafening Silence or do we Creature? Probably just Deafening Silence. They had 1 Spell Pierce last game, and I assume that that is the same now. Founding. What are we playing? You mill 4. What happens if I Destroy that. Probably nothing, right? I'll play Sky Knight just to get a dude in play. I do need like a land. Rabo is not what I need. So do we Pride Mate or do we Lunar Veteran or do we Seal of Cleansing? If we get the Seal of Cleansing out, they'll need to get rid of it before they can like win. No, I'll just keep putting creatures in play. Because they're not able to deal with Deafening Silence this turn. Like, they're able to this turn, but not on the last turn. Treasure Cruise. Okay, we can Stone Brain. Fine. Spell, Snare. Yeah, you got it. I still really need a land. That was our issue last game too, is that we only had 2 lands. So I was very limited on things to do in hand. And he's just gonna keep digging until he finds his answer. I am regretting this Seal of Cleansing. I mean, not like that much because we attack. Not that much, right? Because like it's still better than the cards I took out. But consider. So his answers for Deafening Silence are 1 Echoing Truth, 2 Commit to Memory, 1 Into the Floodmaw. I'm just gonna make my dudes bigger. Rest in peace. That's technically something. See what happens with it anyway. Like he does have 1 spell to answer it. Second Spell Pierce, that was not in the deck last time. Well, see what we can do. Because you're dead if you can't. Alright, into the Floodmaw. Yep. So we'll see if he's got it. Casting a lot of Frantic Searches, so we're really down on cards. See if that actually matters or not. Turn about 1 card left. Is it Mind's Desire? Sure is. Why would it not be? Alright, here's to 7 lands. That is not 7 lands. That's actually like a lot of good cards. Dig through time, commit to memory. Commit to memory, I think, is going to be like the thing that kills me. Which is really unfortunate that we had that spell Pierce for the Rest in Peace that we didn't have in game 2. How did we... I don't understand that. Only bring in one spell Pierce for game 2, but bring in a second one for game 3. I don't know, he's got like infinite cards in hand and infinite mana now, so I'm sure he's fully capable of winning here. Alright, well, looks like he finally got there. Yep. 15 card sideboard. Cats can't beat shitty High Tide. On to the next one. Alright, round 3. Cat time against Dev Fizzle. Devin is usually on... I mean, he's been on Rhinos for like the last 10 years. I don't know what he's actually playing though. This hand is pretty good if he has non-basics, which is like, there's a 50% chance of that, so we'll keep it. Plains get the sister in play. And then turn 2, we can Volatile Fault Leonin Arbiter. Oh, we got some fetches. Now we're certainly going to Leonin Arbiter. I don't know what Jund Fetch a Swamp means. I am afraid of it though. Alright, we'll get in there, send him to 19, and see what he's like actually working with. Mountain. Nothing. So I imagine there's a kill spell in my future. This Volatile Fault is looking terrible. Ooh. Do we Cat Collector or Sky Knight first? I think we just Cat Collector. These colors are typically bad against Go Wide. Doesn't have an instant speed removal spell. So we'll attack and see what he's scheming, I guess. Oh, he's playing Living End. Oh, that's bad for me. That's very bad for me. Well, maybe we die. As the forest. I have creatures for Demonic Dread, and he can play Violent Outburst. Oh god, oh god. That's fine. He's got Lethal in the graveyard. I am curious about Jund Living End, as opposed to not doing that. Yeah, we'll just make our guy and attack. I'm not gonna play additional creatures just because like they're gonna die in half. Are we demonic dreading? No, this is an Oliphant. You forgot. Maybe they didn't forget, I don't know. But they are down 2 cards in hand, which is pretty good for me. They'll play planes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my god, we're 1 short. Oh my god, if I played this last turn, we would have won. Oh no. Well, we attack. This flies when it comes back. I don't know if he has any flyers. But I will note that I have access to a 1-mana flyer. Main deck Archfiend is also terrible for me. Well, I have a Path to Exile and a Dream. I just really, really need him to not have a... All the living ends were drawn. Oh, I've been there. I have been there, buddy. Uh, that's very sad for my opponent. Alright, rest in peace. Comes in. Stone Brain also probably comes in. Deafening Silence, because he's on Jund, means that he can't cascade into Living End, so those will also come in. That is 8 cards. What do we take out? Basri. I think we just do a lot of trimming first off. Like, of these threes, because they're going to be super worthless. I don't know about this White Orchid, because, like, he had, um, like, Buku basics. I mean, it flies. We'll try it like this and just see what happens. This is probably overkill, honestly. This hand has no lands in it, so we will mulligan. This hand has no lands in it, but we do the thing where we look at 2 Rest in Peace against the graveyard deck and be like, I have 2 draws before I can draw planes. If we do, we win the game. I am going to be better at the game than that. Oh my god, it didn't get better. That's fine. Okay, so what do we not need here? Sky Knight. Is it Sky Knight, Sky Knight? I think it is. So we will Veteran, turn 2 Stone Brain, hope we live. I don't know if he has any of the spirit guides. If he has a spirit guide, I mean, I guess he gets 2 creatures. This and whatever he does right now. Carabid's fine. Man, these basics. That's a Rest in Peace. What do you have against Rest in Peace? Okay, Mountain Cycle, Oliphant. What'd you get? Cinderglade. That's a non-basic. Smoldering Marsh was also a non-basic. Okay, ooh, Deafening Silence. I think we just Arbiter here. Because, like, even though I do have this Rest in Peace, I need to, um, still end the game. And if I'm just playing hate pieces, I'm not actively doing that. So I have a path for, um, I don't know what kind of creatures you could have, but we have a path. And then we also have the Stone Brain. I'll just play the Stone Brain. Because I'm pretty sure he's on Operation Cast My Creatures, which is why he's still cycling into the Rest in Peace. Because he needs to hit 5 lands or whatever. Probably doesn't have any 4s. I think they're all 5 or greater. Plays Demonic Dread just as a board wipe. That's fine. I don't really care about that. I have another Leonin Arbiter. Yeah, I'll just play the other Leonin. So if he does end up playing a creature, I can path it. And like this would be the first turn where he can do that. If I ever draw a third land, I can Cat Collector. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, we're doing it twice. That's incredible. So there's a real chance that I Stonebrain name like Horror of the Broken Land. Because I think that's the most effective beater that is the closest to casting. It's been a while since I've played against Jund or like been involved with Jund Living End. But back in my time with the deck, this was like the best um thing to cast when you were on Operation Cast Your Creatures. Doesn't have any. What? What? Hold on. Where'd they go? How do you not how do you not have them? Did you take them out? What did you take them out for? That's insane. Definitely had one like last game, right? Like I'm not crazy. That's incredible. Okay, so 4 Fury is like the thing to be concerned about, actually. Probably should have named Fury, because that's gonna absolutely wreck me. Well, if we draw a second Stone Brain, that's what's happening. Oh, thank God, we can we can play the game. Cat Collector. Twisted Tea. Here is Monstrous Carabid. Yep. Okay, Lunar Veteran. So we do this, and then do we food token for a cat, or do we Arrow or hold up Path to Exile? I think we food token for a cat. Like, as silly as it seems, I want this Airbow to matter. So, like, I'll take some beats from a 4/4 right now. And just continue to hope that my opponent does not draw Fury. You have to attack, unfortunately. Is this Troll? Troll can get pathed. Second Cat Collector. That makes Arabo much better. Plus it gives me 3 creatures that I can block with this, block this Troll with. Yeah, this Arabo is going to be nuts. Especially if I draw planes. And now if he Furies, he only hits the Cat Collectors and leaves a bunch of fodder behind. You may cycle. That resolves. He attacks with both, so he's just dead. Unless he has a Fury. Because I have an Arrow. Yeah, that just put like 100 power in play. Well, GG. Kind of tough beats, but that game one is definitely what happens when you're on living end. Alrighty, last round tonight. Playing against Dilger. Don't know how to pronounce this person's name. With cats, we are 2-1. Looking for the 3-1. I don't know what they're playing. Could be anything. This hand is full of 2-drops. We are on the draw. They're playing Luris as a companion, which means that they are going slow. These cards don't like work together. These are like 3 different packages from our deck. So we will mulligan this actually and try for something a little more aggressive. This hand has our combo and some non-basic land hate, so we'll keep that and just throw Path to Exile back. I think. It's either Path or White Orchid. Yeah, I'll get rid of Path. Alright, and they get rid of probably Case, unless they are aware of how good Cat Collector is. Or we can see if non-basic lands matter to them. They probably don't enough to take this White Orchid. So I imagine the Case is going, oh my god, they know how good the Cat Collector is. They respect. Alright, well, we have our Case anyway, and we'll probably be able to buy that Cat Collector back at some point. Swamp, please don't him me. God, please, no! God, no! Why? Okay, left me with 2 lands. Well, I hope we draw action. That is action. No, I will not pay life for that. Alright, no more discard? Taka and Razor, that's fine. Yeah, this is only when you cheat mana costs, and I'm not doing that. I'm playing so fair today. Ooh, Cat Collector, that's a good one. That means we get to start having a party. And then this Erebos is going to be so good next turn if it sticks around. Duress, okay, he was a creature. Oh, no discard for Erebo. That is a good time for me. Pass? Pass? Don't do anything. I'll gift it Aetherborn. Whatever, man. This Erebo is going to FSU, as the children say. Basri, don't super care. Erebo. Make a cat. Make a cat. We don't attack yet. Are you trying to trade this 3-2? I'll just take 3, man. I don't care. None of that matters, even a little bit. 3, get Luris, sure. There's nothing even in the graveyard for Luris to get back right now. Second Erebo! That's so many cats. That's so many cats. I will keep the old one, I guess. That's 3 entire cats. Okay, so we attack, attack, attack. They take 4, gain 2, so they take 2. Is them taking 2 worth 1 card? No, it is not. Again, hexproof and indestructible. Wow. So that just means we get to... What is happening? I'm afraid. That probably means they have... is that a board wipe coming? I don't think there's any other reason than a board wipe for you to do this. So I guess we'll accept. Oh, okay. Uh, that's fine. All right. I think we just run it back. I don't think any of these cards are going to be worthwhile. At least we didn't see anything that makes them worthwhile. Like, I don't know what's in their deck. They might even, like, be a red-black deck, and we just didn't see any of the red. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay. This hand has 3 cat collectors in it. Um, and 2 dead cards. As good as this card is, it doesn't work without the other side. So even like against the black deck, I don't think that this is worth our time. And if they are only swamps, this doesn't do anything either. So we'll throw it back. This hand's better. Eumidian Hatchery, so they are mono black. I hope they're not on like smallpox. They might be. Give him to 2 rock. Oh, I keep the Luris. Excellent. Plains. We're definitely just playing into smallpox here, but that's fine. Please leave Laris. Oh, we did it. Alright, drop lanes. Funeral Charm. Oh, discard Laris. That sucks. That's alright. Well, there go our hopes and dreams. They're gonna get 3 bugs, which is actually not the best for me. But I guess 3 bugs is better than 19 bugs, which is what they would be getting otherwise. Like if we didn't leave that alone. Yeah, you can have your dudes. This blocks bugs. I guess that's fine. Momentum breaker. You broke my momentum. Is this the second one? Oh my god, alright, we can no longer win the game. We are entirely out of resources. I don't even have like an ideal sequence of draws here. Like, what is it? Case, land. Yeah, alright. Black deck does black deck things. Um, can I go to my next game? There we go. Okay. These Wide Open Phantoms are so bad. I think the actual plan is going to be don't mulligan against the black deck, and then we just run it back. All right, we're on the play. Draw good. 2 lands, 2 Leonin, 0/1 drops. God, I don't want to throw this away, but I have to. Holy shit. All right, well, we lose the game. That's fine. Um, yeah. I mean, as far as like bad hands go, this one's okay as long as they don't like quintuple inquisition me. The rack. That's fine. I will take my rack beats. So swamp him to Turok? Man, it's like I've played this format before. I'm just gonna play the planes because I have 3s in my deck. So I would rather be able to play them when I draw them. Fucking razors, whatever. Um, that's fine. We'll kill their creature, I guess. Or I'll discard it. Whatever. I mean, I would have, like, I'm not holding cards for the sake of the rack. So that doesn't super matter to me. They can have their damage. We're kind of back in it if we draw a cat collector. Lunar Veteran. There's a chance that I double block here. No, they just put Luris in their hand. Double blocking is famously a bad play. So we play Luris, do nothing with it. Fades out of Poosh. Play Luris. I'm still in like decent shape if I draw a cat collector. Puts me to 7. They attack. I don't even know what I do here. Just that? Sure. I don't want to trade my things for their 2 mana. Okay, Lunarch Veteran. At least now my thing is big. And I have some life to play with. Now I will start double blocking. Oh, or I can trade that for a cat collector next turn. Let's see what they do here. Gotta push that, sure. Gain a life. We might be like teetering on the edge. I take 3. I'm in a better spot if all of these live. Arabo. That gains 8 life. But so does Cat Collector. No, it gains 6 life. But so does Cat Collector. Okay, well, this is what we're going to be doing anyway. Back to 7. I'm still not attacking. Hopeless Nightmare, that puts me to 5. Sure. Oh, they sack it and then Luris and then 3. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, well. You're very good at the game, opponent. Maybe if we had shuffled our deck better, we would have stood a chance. The preemptive GG, wow, doesn't even finish the game, the disrespect. Alright, well, 2-2 with cats. Deck was better than I thought it would be, that's for sure. We'll get more into that in just a moment. Alrighty, cats. We ended up 2-2, though I definitely feel like I could have gone 4-0. The games I lost were quite close and came down to just getting slightly unlucky. I do have to say that I kind of got a bit salty in the last round, which isn't a great way to end the event. My opponent was simply ready to deal with me in a way that my deck couldn't handle or come back from, and getting salty isn't a good response to that. So I will try my best to not do that moving forward. It's certainly going to happen, but when it does, I'll at least try to make it funny. Anyway, the deck felt better than I had anticipated, like way better. I was fully expecting to go like 04, 08 today, but Yeah, there was some good stuff going on here. The Cat Collector plan with Case of the Uneaten Feast and Loris and all the value you get out of those three cards was like super strong actually. Um, Maybe there's, I don't know, some other brew out there that uses these three cards as like a foundation, but going super late and like dragging the game out felt very good. Those fair decks just like really struggled to get over the hill that these cards presented, and I'm really curious to see what else those cards can fuel. I think the worst cards in the deck were definitely like Leonin Arbiter and the Tax Plan. Leonin Arbiter might just straight up be unplayable here. No one's fetching, and if they do, they aren't. They're doing it before this guy comes down, like we saw in the Living End matchup. White Orchid Phantom is also just like probably complete dog water. This card is not good. That's probably a symptom of like playing against three monocolored decks, but like it's very likely that there are just not as many incidental dual land decks in the format as I thought there were, and this card really didn't have the opportunity to shine in the way that I thought it might. The Get Big cats, the Pride Maid and the Sky Knight Squire, also quite medium. Sky Knight at least has the benefit of like gaining flying eventually, but the cards either just took too long to build up or get answered too easily to matter, which is about the same description as I'd give to anyone questioning these cards' inclusion in any deck. They're just very low impact, even though they read like they can be a centerpiece. I'm definitely going to continue brewing in the space of Case of the Uneaten Feast and Cat Collector, though. I think that these two cards are both super strong individually, and in tandem, I really do feel like they're the value vintage equivalent of Guide of Souls Ocelot Pride combo. But that's all for this one. To see what other nonsense is happening in Value Vintage, hit the channel with a subscription. Feel free to yell at me about anything in the comments. Part of me making these videos is an attempt to get better as a player, so if there's a line that I took that maybe you don't agree with, let me know, because I love to learn and see the things that I didn't see in the moment. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see ya!